Bertha. 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 It should be here. Yeah. Go for the right hand side. Yeah, that's right. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Iowa. Like this. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you so much. What? Car? Yeah.
Must feel this thing.
Yeah, I'll just reach in there.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can everybody hear me in the back? Thomas, I'm Marianne. Sound good? Great. Figure we would do a strange tradition because of the unusual nature of today's festivities and try to start on time for HMS. So thank you all for coming so much. This is a wonderful, wonderful day to see so many faces. So give yourselves a round of applause for being here today. Thank you. My name is Tom Quinn, and this is my first HMS graduation, an unusual one, to say the least, and an important one. Let me just start by saying good afternoon to our guests, to the proud family members, to our staff, and most importantly, to the graduates of the class of 2021. 2021, quite a year. 2020, quite a year. This past 15 months is certainly a time none of us will ever forget. I want to compliment each and every graduate and your families for the resiliency and the strength of character you have shown during this time. There are no words. Believe me, I have spent a lot of time trying to find them, to express what we have all been through. Instead, what I can say is that we have made it through to a better time, and we have done that together with determination, with good humor, and with the best of attitudes. As I mentioned, this is my first HMS graduation. Like so much of this last year, it's unusual. I want to say thank you to the staff, families, and graduates for adjusting, and thank you to everyone, Mindy in particular, who made today possible for us to be out here. Thank you, Mindy. The significance of graduation, and especially an HMS graduation, is not lost on me. Today, we have a graduate who's been a student with us for 16 years. Another has been with us for 14 years. 2 for 8, and another for 3. Each of our graduates is a vital part of our community, and we salute and honor them for making our school a better place to be. Each of the graduates is known for their humor and the joy they have brought to all of us. Ashley brings a sense of style and fashion. Shannon brings her commitment to others through her volunteer work and making me buy lemonade I never really wanted. Madison arrives at school each morning with joy and energy, and as I watched her descend from her bus each day, I prayed that energy would not rock her off her lift. It never has, but her joy is something to behold. Me too. Nicky, who can't be with us today, unfortunately, but his smile lights up the room, and I am sorry to say I've never seen him surf, but I bet he smiles when he does it. Sierra's time at HMS most clearly mirrors my own. And I have seen her personal bravery. She has tried new things, and I admire her immensely. In truth, my main message to our graduates today is how much all of us admire you and how proud we are of each of you. You are the reason HMS exists. And while today is a big deal, this simply marks a transition in your lives as members of the HMS family. While we will not see you every day, and that makes us a little sad, you will always be a part of us. We look forward to seeing you at alumni events, hosting you at prom, and keeping in touch as a constant source of support and encouragement for all the things that you do. And to your families, I say the same. Your connection to us does not end today. We will always be here to answer a phone call or an email or to welcome you back so that we can see and enjoy the smiles and the humor and the positive forces your children, now adults, are. I have many things in common with all of you. I love to laugh. I love the sense of joy that lives in our building. And I also have a son who graduated from high school this year. So I have sat through a lot of speeches lately, so I'm going to wrap mine up. But I want to leave you with a quote from a teacher who was speaking at my son's graduation at Strathaven High School, and it made me think of each one of you. It's a quote from the great educator John Dewey, who said, "Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself." I immediately thought of HMS when I heard this quote because of the graduates. And I say to you, your education does not end today. It just enters a new and exciting phase. All of us, if we live a good life, one with meaning, never stop learning. We hunger for it. We demand it. So keep smiling, and keep approaching the world with humor, and keep demanding that you learn and grow. It has been our privilege to see you grow with us, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Before I give out the graduation certificates, we have one special award that we wanted to share with everyone. For years, James Roba, who represented this district in the Pennsylvania House for almost 30 years, and Jim is actually now a member of our board, honored an individual HMS student who was a Philadelphia resident with a special award called the Roebuck Award. Well, I'm happy to announce that that award is now called the Krajewski Award, as our new representative was kind enough to provide us with this special award, now called the Rick Krajewski Award. And it goes to a Philadelphia resident and a graduate of the HMS school. So we're very honored that that tradition has continued, because as many of you may or may not know, HMS relies on the state of Pennsylvania for almost 50% of our funding. So our partnership with Harrisburg is really important. And the kind of support we've gotten from the state throughout this difficult time has been remarkable. So I'm pleased to announce that this year's Rick Krajewski Award goes to Nikki Vargas. Along with this diploma, we'll make sure that Nikki gets this so he can enjoy it. Now on to the diploma. What I'm going to do for simplicity for families is I'm going to just walk to you as I read your name so we can get a robust round of applause for each graduate. I hope you're okay. I'll travel without my mask on, but I promise not to get too close. So I can come back and do each person. Our first recipient from a diploma from the HMS school is Ashley Overton. Not good without rehearsal. Our next graduate, Madison Boggs. And again, our graduate who could not be here today, but we'll make sure he gets this, Nicholas Vargas. I think I'm coming in the right direction. Our next graduate, Shannon Ward. Finally, our last and certainly not least, our graduate, Sierra Torres. It is now my pleasure to present a person who really makes so much of our program go, with all of the different facets of our program, all of the IEP meetings that she sat in for all of the students, hours upon hours. And I know it has been an inspiration to me in my transition to understand what HMS is really all about. And that's Chris Koya.
Video, you don't use the microphone, people can't hear you if they're not here. So grandparents, friends, other staff can't hear. But it's my privilege to present to our graduates a commemorative statue that has their name and their class of 2021 in HMS school. But also that we all the students participate in transition programs. And so we have medals that either represent interests that they have shown when they've been here and hopefully lifelong pursuit of something that they may do for the rest of their life. So the first medal and the first statue is for Ashley Overton. And her medal is for art. Okay, Aiko is sitting over on the side. Aiko says art is food. And we think that art is an essential part of our program. But we also know that art is much bigger than a paintbrush and a canvas, that there's art in everything that we do. And I'm not gonna tip people's speeches, but Tom alluded to it. Ashley has a real eye for fashion, and fashion is a part of art. So I am absolutely delighted to present that on behalf of HMS School. Another statue here. Somebody's name on that says Madison Ross, HMS School Class of 2021. You're already in, and your medal was already ordered. And the medal is for dance. And when the medal was ordered and identified for you, it was about your participation in dance at HMS with Rachel, dance movement. However, you really, there would have been no question. We would have had to change it. You really rocked it with your senior dance. And so on behalf of everybody at HMS, we present this to you and the dance award. Give it a shot. Nicholas Nicky Vargas could not be here today, and we miss him desperately. So he has the only gentleman that's on the statue this year. So we have a commemoration for him of his time at HMS with his statue. But we also have an award for him for music. And it's highly evidenced by something later in the program. Chris is Nikki's current teacher. Chris is a musician. Brad Biederman is our music therapist. Peter Tawney is a folk musician who worked with us. And he will be next Wednesday at 2 o'clock doing the graduate activity for Nikki Vargas. So even though he can't be here, we're hoping that they're watching. And Nikki, this is for you. Shannon Ward, HMS School, class of 2021. Shannon, your medal is for leadership. And, you know, one of the things we don't do at HMS is we don't look at other people's speeches. We don't ask people what they're going to say. And it's always interesting. We know that what we say must be true when there's overlaps in what people say. And people think about leadership as organization. You've been a member of student government. You created a position on student government. But when I saw this, and I was thinking of transition goals and lifelong activities, I thought of philanthropy, thinking about others. Tom mentioned Alex is on an aid stand. And the fact that you and Kevin Kramer, when I wouldn't respond to your emails, would just send me another one. Send me another one. Can we fundraise for Children's Hospital? Can we fundraise for this group? Can we fundraise? Can we fundraise? So when I think of leadership, I think of taking the skills that you have and applying them in a meaningful way to help others. And so these are your awards. Here. Hi. I got the request for your medal. Statue, talk about that. I did some searching. And I got a message that says, on the theater days, Sierra would be extra excited and happy. After lunch on theater days, she couldn't wait to go to the assembly room. She would laugh and giggle, greet people, and really increase in her communication with others, and absolutely love the activities. And that's from Kevin and from Jessica. And so this morning, when we were assembling this, I just Googled like the Bucks County Playhouse and was looking at things in your neighborhood to again look at what could be lifelong interests that made you so happy, brought so much happiness to you, but not just brought happiness, but enabled you to want to express that and interact with others. Jess said that even if you didn't have, if there were people in the vote center and you didn't have their names in your device, you would try to spell their name because you wanted to communicate to them when you were in theater. So having said that, very proud. Sierra Torres, HMS School, class of 2020. And now we'll hear from the people who work with our students every day in the classroom, have information to share, some great memories about the students, hear from the students themselves, and then see the student videos. We're going to start with Paige.
Everyone. So, one of the most magical moments, most magical things, one of the most magical things about working at HMS is that we as staff and I as a teacher often get the chance to work with students for multiple years in a row. If you think about it, not many educators get the opportunity to watch a student learn, grow, and progress 1 year after the next in such a close capacity. This unique experience is one that I don't take lightly and one that I was lucky enough to embark on eventually. I've been fortunate enough to be Ashley's teacher for the last 6 years. However, I first met Ashley 10 years ago when I was placed at HMS for a college course. At the time, Ashley was in Nancy's class, who I believe is here today, celebrating your success along with everyone else. Ashley and I were paired up to work on morning group tasks. As we sat together off in the corner of the room, Ashley would tell me everything but what we were supposed to be talking about. If it was Thursday, Ashley would tell me it was Friday. If it was April, Ashley, you would tell me it was May. Yeah, you would. And just like that, Ashley would do all of it with a smile on her face and a glint in her eye. See, the thing is, Ashley knew all of the correct answers, but she could also see that I was an overly eager yet incredibly nervous education major that needed to loosen up a bit. So she decided to help in the best way that she could. This was my very first introduction to Ashley's incredibly sharp sense of humor that we all know and love. When it comes to school, Ashley goes all in. She's committed to her classes, her therapies, and learning any and everything she can. Despite her occasional pranks, pouting lip, that was like right on cue, Ashley. Nice, thank you. And shakes of her head. Despite all that, her love for school is strong and unwavering. Perfect, Ashley. It's like perfectly timed. Ashley's steadfast spirit was even more present during unexpected hospital stays or illnesses that she encountered. Despite not feeling well days prior, Ashley would always return to school with what seemed like more energy than she had before she left. Her work ethic would be off the charts, and she would be ready to tackle whatever the day had in store for her. Now, Ashley's tremendous efforts and accolades in the area of education, communication, therapy, and expressive arts are all exceedingly notable. However, there is another area that I would miss not. Ashley is the friend that you want to have. Ashley is a friend who always includes everyone. When she would be asked to pick a partner, she would be purposeful to pick a different beard each time, making sure no one was left out. One of Ashley's best qualities is her selflessness. In class, if someone wasn't feeling well, their body was not cooperating, or they looked uncomfortable, Ashley would notice. Not only would Ashley be quick to attend to their discomfort, but she would also advocate on her friend's behalf. Ashley would do this by repeatedly calling the student's name, vocalizing, or using body language to get my attention. It didn't matter if Ashley was in the middle of doing something fun or motivating. If her friends needed assistance, she would wait as long as necessary. To Ashley, her classmates were what was most important in that moment. In addition to asking for help from staff, Ashley would also take it upon herself to try and cheer up her classmates. This again is where her humor, 1,000-watt smile, and laughter came into play. You see, Ashley's laughter is one of a kind. It's the kind of laugh that echoes through the hallway. The type of laughter that grabs a hold of you and helps you forget the worries in your mind. The kind of laughter you lean on as a teacher and a student to get you through tough moments. Ashley, your laugh is spellbinding. And I, along with your classmates, can't thank you enough for the tremendous amount of light you've spread and waves you've pulled us through during our years together at HMS. Fast forward, graduation year 2020, where once again, Ashley and I found ourselves spending lots of one-on-one time together. However, compared to our first meeting 10 years ago, Ashley and I were now chatting over Zoom rather than in the building at HMS. Even more noticeable was Ashley's shift in demeanor. More mature, more focused than ever, perfectly balancing humor and casual conversation with the need to be serious. Or, this was a serious matter. Ashley had decided to take on a project examining the inclusivity of advertisements, specifically the advertisement of a clothing subscription company that she belongs to called Fitbit. Ashley worked for over 3 months, ultimately crafting a letter that asked Fitbit to be more inclusive in their hiring and to consider including adaptive equipment and assistive technology in their ads. Ashley made a powerful statement in that letter saying, "It means a lot to see yourself represented in the world, and I know this change will make me, along with others in the disability community, feel happy." Well, this message was heard loud and clear by the CEO of Fitbit, who responded back to Ashley personally, inviting her to their headquarters in New York, where she will work together with the styling team this summer to put looks together and participate in a photo shoot. More importantly, the CEO informed Ashley that her images would appear on their website as a start to showcasing more inclusivity with their models, including, I know, so cool, including those with disabilities. Now, all of this actually was made possible because of your hard work and dedication that you put forth year after year at school honing your skills. Years of supporting your peers and school community allowed you to take the leap and take your advocacy for others beyond the walls of HMS. And what an impact it's already made. Ashley, we're all so proud of you and all that you've accomplished. Thank you for being such a thoughtful, caring, and radiant student and friend. We're so excited to continue to watch you shine. Congratulations.
Hello. It feels bittersweet to be graduating. I have loved my time at HMS so much. Some of my favorite things were field trips, getting out of my wheelchair, using all the cool adaptive equipment, being able to express my creativity and make art, and sensorium. I would like to thank HMS staff, especially Charlie, Meredith, Chelsea, Rachel, Mary, Kevin, Brad, Aiko, Vicky, Edith, Teacher Linda, and Teacher Paige. And to my family and nurses, thank you for all your support.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Never be more loved than I am right now. Was holding you up, so there's nothing I can do to let you. Does it take for me to make you cry? More loved than I am. Going through a storm, but I won't go down. I hear your voice, carrying the rhythm of the wind to call me out. You would cross an ocean, so I wouldn't drown. You've never been closer than you are right now. You are a child. You are child. You are I'll be content in every circumstance. You I don't want to forget how I feel right now on the mountaintop. I can see so clear what it's all about.
All right, so like Tom said, this is his first graduation. For the 15 years that I worked here, this is my first graduation as well. And as I was looking around when I was sitting here, I was like, wow, Shannon, I had Shannon, I had Ashley, and I actually now have Sierra in my class on Mondays and Tuesdays. So it's a special graduation for me considering this is my first, and I know and have taught all the graduates here. So I just want to wish Shannon and Ashley and Sierra the best of luck and congratulations. All right, Madison, you ready?
Why?
I'm going to try. I think I'm too nervous. So Dina and Madison, I don't know if you guys remember, but I actually met Madison before she even started HMS. So I first met Madison at Germantown Friends School during the Something Magical performance when she went to go see a friend of hers. She was very shy and very quiet. And little did I know that years later, she would be an enthusiastic and energetic student that I had in my class. So during the first few years, Madison was at HMS. I learned that we had a lot in common. We first bonded over our love of 80s music. When asking her one day what type of music she wanted to listen to on YouTube, she said the 80s. I was like, oh my gosh, I love the 80s. And the two of us sat there and sang and danced while we waited for our bus to come. And while I knew where she most likely got her love of the 80s from, it became evident during an IEP meeting when Dina said that she will say to Madison when she isn't listening to stop blabbering and listen. Then again, that's the song. Then again, during Madison's recent dance party, when Madison and Dina were rocking out to Pump Up the Jam and Ice Like Speedy. Some other things that Madison and I have in common are our birthdays are only a day apart. Our love of French fries. Madison, what's your shirt say? Not the one you have on now. The French fry shirt. Fries before die. That's right, Madison. And TV shows like Saved by the Bell. It has been a while since I watched it. And The Muppets. Who's the Muppet? Who's my favorite? No, not the show. That's your favorite. Who's my favorite? Beaker. So one day, Madison and I were talking about the Muppets, and I was saying how much I like Beaker and how much he made me laugh. So I put him up on a smart board and laughed. And seriously, literally like 5 minutes, Madison and I just laughed. We just stared at a picture of Beaker and we laughed. One time, she must have known that I needed a good laugh, and she's like, "Put Beaker up." So I put him up on the smart board, and we again just laughed, and it made me feel a whole lot better. The one thing I wish that I had in common with Madison is her ability to make people feel good by the numerous compliments that she gives. I think I can honestly say that no one has ever given me as many compliments than she has. She would come in the classroom some mornings and say, "Hi," and give me this really nice compliment. She also tells me all this time that I have a So while I greatly appreciate her telling me that, I know that if I was to start singing right now, which I'm not, I want to be good, that you would all wonder what she's talking about. I have heard Madison say kind things to her classmates and other staff. She has even complimented visitors that have visited the classroom by telling them she likes their shoes, hair, or clothing. She was often heard checking in with her classmates to make sure they were okay, or asking them what they did the night before, or even over the weekend. She would also initiate an activity with them by asking them if they wanted to do something like listen to music or use Alexa. She's also very good at remembering things about other people, as well as things they like and don't like, and will often start up a conversation asking that person about these things. It amazes me how much she can remember about her classmates and staff, and how she can use what she knows to connect with them. She also has a great ability to make people laugh. There have been many times over the years when Madison would say something that was off topic while I was teaching or when we were having a conversation. But the next thing I knew, the whole class was laughing and we were having a conversation, and now we were all off topic. She has made many comments over the years that were very funny. She was seen on countless occasions in the hallways with a therapist or PCA, having fun and laughing about something. Madison definitely likes to have a good time, whether it is in class, therapy, or a group activity. Madison has made many friends during her time at HMS because of these great traits. Since most of her classmates couldn't be here today, I asked them to tell me what they would say. So Andrew said, "Madison, you're a good egg." Lauren says that she loved you. Kristen said you were very personable. Jessica says that she appreciates everything that you taught her over the years and that she will miss you. Madison, one thing I will miss the most. Yeah, I had to play that this morning before I came up here, by the way. Page's classroom. One thing that I miss the most is our singing and dancing in the elevator. I'll have to torture your classmates by continuing to do it just as a remembrance of our elevator fun. And every time I hear a certain song, eat French fries down the shore, and see a picture of Beaker, yes, I will think of you and the fun times you brought to our classroom. Congratulations, Madison. I wish you and your family all the best.
We love you, baby. He's crazy. I love I love them. Earth to what?
To rock. Down to rock.
I like OT. Thank you. Oh, wow.
Don't need a kick. I got my crown. Don't need a hero to lift me off the ground. I feel this heart. It's feeling love. Won't let no bad luck bring my step. Keep riding higher. Fight the fire. Won't let no everything I will.
Gotcha.
Wow, what a great day for graduation, and what a privilege it is to be here today to celebrate this special occasion together. When we look closely over the years at HMS, it's not always clear who are the teachers and who are the students. That's true because a lot of the students that we serve here also teach us many important lessons. Some of the most important lessons that we can learn about life were taught by the students here. Lessons like slowing down and appreciating each moment, learning to laugh and cry together, finding ourselves and serving others, just plain having fun in all we do. I want to share some of the lessons today that I've learned from Nick. And those of you that know me pretty well know that I love the outdoors. And one of the things that I love about HMS is where we are right now with all this green around us. It's beautiful. As usual, our class has been planting flowers and vegetables, and we even planted some trees last year. Right here in this area and back in the boxes in the courtyard. We prepared the soil, planted the seeds, watered the garden, and made sure everything had enough sun. We've watched as the seeds have grown into flowers, vegetables, and even some trees. These plants produce beautiful things for us to look at, nutritious foods, and can provide us with the shade and cool that we feel today. They also clean the air so we can breathe. These are some of the miracles right here in this courtyard, miracles of nature. We learned that plants need good soil, water, and sunshine to grow. And we're not that different from plants ourselves. We need these things as well. You may say you need soil to grow, but let's look at soil as love. We all need love to grow. There are other things that we need that help us grow and flourish. For instance, we all need laughter. We've heard a lot about that today. Joy, silliness, friendship, and the chance to give our very best. Nick was a great and is a great teacher about all these essential things. Never lets us take ourselves too seriously or get all caught up in this or that problem. Teaches us that laughter is essential and it brings us together. When Nick is happy, he brightens up the whole room with his contagious joy. An interesting word, contagious, because it's been in the news quite a bit the past couple of years. But nobody's worried about catching Nick's contagious joy. We love it. And we really have missed it this year. Plants and people are alike in some ways, but there are also some differences. For instance, I'm not sure plants need to laugh. I mean, some of you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just not sure about that. But I do know that people need laughter. It helps relieve stress, not take ourselves too seriously, enjoy life, let go. It connects us with each other and allows us to be silly. We all need. I'm not sure that plants need joy. They might. But people need joy. It helps us to celebrate and feel good about ourselves. It helps us to sing, to dance, to create art, to play music together. I'm not sure plants need friendship, although there's a lot of studies that different plants planted together help each other out. People certainly need friendships. We need others around us that care about us and support us. It makes our life journey so much more fulfilling. We learn from each other. I'm not sure plants need to do their very best. What do you think? They might, but I know that we like to do our very best because it helps us feel good about ourselves and the way we feel we're making a difference in the world. So along with good soil, love, water, and sunshine, these are some of the things that help us grow. And these are all things that Nick does and does well. Laughter, joy, friendship, giving his very best. Nick's message about life can best be summarized as have fun and carry on. I'm sure if Nick was here today, that would be his message to us. Have fun and carry on. Nick, we wish you the very best on your journey ahead, and we know that you will continue to bring sunshine and laughter everywhere you go. So here's a shout out, here's a song, especially for you. The more I've been listening today, maybe this is the song for all our graduates. I might ask you to sing along, but I'm not sure how that's going to work today. We'll give it a try. You bring sunshine and laughter everywhere you go. You bring friendship and giving it your best. So all grow. Sunshine and laughter everywhere you go. You bring friendship and give it your best. Everybody, sunshine. You bring sunshine. Laughter. Everywhere you go. Friendship and giving it your best. Giving it your best. Oh, now I have a little surprise. Okay. Especially adapted spit-free soup. I wanted to give a shout out to Diana Smith, teacher assistant, who did an awesome job in putting this video together.
You know, as I was sitting here listening to these great speeches today, and looking at the pictures of these memories, I just couldn't help but think, man, what goes into these speeches are more than just words. These are experiences we've lived over the course of years. This is a lot of life, a lot of love, a lot of learning that goes into these speeches. So today, Shannon, let's begin with you. I was aware of Shannon long before I came to know her as a teacher. That's not the case with all, or really most of my students. So I knew her teacher, Nancy, adored her. And I knew she had a set of staff around her that was very supportive and protective. I was intrigued by the impression that she made on others. But seeing her from afar, it didn't quite compute at that time. You see, in those days, Shannon struck me as being more quiet back then. The observation on my part was probably slight and proud in comparison to the boisterous, outspoken students I typically taught every year. I was again intrigued as someone could be so popular. Not seeming to say as much in those days for their communication devices with older peers. The day Shannon began my classroom, I said to myself, I guess I'll find out now. Shannon acclimated himself to a brand new, tough student. I noticed a sparkle. Rather than being intimidated by a fairly brash and outspoken group of peers, Shannon settled down to work at her own pace. It would impress me was the pace was relentless. In terms of classwork, she was a marathon runner and a field sprinter. Fatigue could certainly be an issue for Shannon in the beginning of the day, like a lot of people. But she was willfully and utterly nullified. I requested Shannon be Shannon always gives her best. You may or may not notice about Shannon when she is the word. Okay. That's it. You may or may not notice about Shannon, but she's one who worries. This is not unusual, but her worries and concerns are one consistent theme that attracted my attention. She worried mainly about other people, about their well-being. Up to my teaching experience at that point, such concerns were an anomaly, impressive, and touching on the back. And caring and concern inevitably led Shannon to seek volunteering. She and Kevin Kramer became great partners in raising thousands of dollars for Alex's lemonade stand and supported children with pediatric cancer. Shannon's volunteering could even range to the entrepreneur. She and Cindy created crafts to be sold at a pop-up store sponsored by Rose Tree Media School District and a little shop in Media's downtown. I always remember her artist opening day because it was so jammed with people wanting to support Shannon. It was so impressive because it was full of family, friends, and loads of HMS people. Even people who didn't work directly with Shannon, which speaks volumes. I still have the invitation in my collection of mementos. Such caring concern enriches my life. And those around, but it comes with a price. As Shannon has experienced the loss of beloved peers, I can only imagine how much that pain is amplified. Shannon and you and I have come to share loss. I look toward you as an inspiration to persevere and remain strong. It should be fitting that sadness have an equal companion in joy. Shannon has this unique ability to express joy in a way that makes the atmosphere absolutely incandescent. Unlike anyone I've ever known, that joy can be expressed in going out with mom, to hang out with friends in the community, or going to our soccer games, hanging out with dad, brothers, and big sister, even the simple, silly things that happen in school on a daily basis. So Shannon, I now know what Nancy saw in you years ago. It didn't take long to come to that understanding. You make an inspiring, positive, and lasting impression on all people too. Understand that and let it come to you now. You will find fans to support you wherever you find yourself in the years to come. I'm going to change direction slightly. Shannon and I follow the same English soccer team, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Traditionally, Tottenham as a team has philosophy dictated that playing with style is more important than winning. Defending a 1-0 to 2-0 lead is simply not done. We attack until the final whistle. In doing so, however, Tottenham could often find this 2-0 lead reversed to a 4-3 loss. But there is a certain romance in that approach. Goals bring smiles and happiness and warmth. Just focus on that. Go for it for 90 minutes with some style and never mind the setbacks, like the odd goal in the back of your net. The fans, the true fans, will be smiling at you when the last whistle is blown, even in a loss, because they know their team showed up and gave it all for them, just for them on that afternoon. I see that as your philosophy, Shane. Just constantly give it your all. Never mind the setbacks in life. Give it your all, leave them impressed, and smiling. Congratulations, Shane.
I'm thankful for the friends I made in class. They will always be special to me. I'm thankful for the friends I made in class. They will always be special to me. I will especially miss going on field trips, hanging out in class, and dancing with my friends. One of my favorite memories is raising money for pediatric cancer research with Alex's lemonade stand.
Great job, Shannon. I'd like to thank Jessica Clay for the amazing videos for Shannon and Sierra. Okay, Sierra, it's your turn. Over the years, I've had the privilege and occasionally the burden of having a classroom with outside personalities and outside opinions and the communication skill to give full expression to those activities. When Sierra came into our room, it was such a contrast. She was so quiet. I empathized with her immediately though. See, I'm that way too. I'm naturally quiet when I'm thrust with a crowd who, let's say, enjoy commanding and competing for attention. It makes me become even more quiet. I understood immediately. I said to myself, don't push, give her room, let her soak in the atmosphere. In short, give her all the time and space to get out. One day, I found her making stop and pause in the morning preparation. I heard music coming down the hallway towards the table. It's getting louder as it comes. Music turns bright and comes straight past my classroom, and it is cranking. Just to give you an idea, I don't crank the volume out of my headphones, much less in public. And it's Sierra on her way to the dorm room, and her head and body are rocking just as hard as the tube. I paused a minute and came to this conclusion. One night, she started to settle in. It wasn't long after that she began a tradition of serenading all the students gathered in the assembly room for lunch coverage with her kids' latitudes. When I would go to gather students for lunch coverage, I would typically take a minute to observe what was going on in the group. I noticed that various pockets spread around the assembly room. People were engaging with the music, not just the students, but the staff too. Sierra found a unique way to create a connection. Many people use words to form these connections. For others, it's not so easy. For Sierra, using words is not her go-to mechanism, nor is it mine. I took a lesson that moment from Sierra and realized that sometimes you need to apply a different strategy. For those of you who are unfamiliar with lunchtime coverage, think of it as a massive party, a hangout session with different groups engaging all around the room. And engaging in that social environment was inevitable in my mind that Sierra would begin seeing progress in the more insular classroom sphere. And she did. I began to notice during classroom that out of the blue, Sierra would add a comment or a social interaction that was totally unscripted, without prompt, but spot on. See, in my mind, the social environment itself is a far instructor that I can aspire to be. The classroom is just batting practice for the real game. The real game is a very large, unscripted, spontaneous interaction with a large group of people, which lunchtime experience provides. These interactions enhance classroom interaction, and progress becomes reciprocal. Growth in one environment is growth in other environments. The acknowledgement of this spontaneity. The first classroom word reference ability to surprise. As the surprise continued, it became less of a surprise. For next, the word became the covenant, most improved the word. To me, this word is special. This is not a word that compares you with other people. It's meant to be acknowledgement of how you have grown within yourself. A measure of growth between a certain starting point and present. It's not indicating involvement of a finishing line. If I had the word to give to Sierra again today, I would give it again. It would stand as a testament that we quiet people can surprise you. We're sometimes not who you think we are. Here are some of the myths about quiet people that Sierra has shown us to be untrue. Number one, quiet people won't be popular. But the only thing that original classroom group that Sierra could agree on is that they all like Sierra. I'll be blunt, they may not have liked one another many times, but they always liked Sierra. Number two, quiet people aren't passionate or expressive. Like what? Have you ever seen Sierra when she puts her tunes on blast mode? Trust me, you'll never forget it. Number three, it's hard for quiet people to make others feel valued. Okay, the subject of this anecdote is not here today, but trust me, she should feel valued by knowing this. Cindy Booth, before she joined our expressive arts department, was Shannon's one-to-one aide. We'd all greet one another in the morning. And with Sarah, it would usually sound like this. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Cindy, and then the remainder of good mornings. And this would happen every day. Fast forward to remote learning, by then Cindy was working for the expressive arts department. I tracked Sarah's interactions to make Cindy's group activities, well, really all group activities. But when I compared Cindy's activities to mine, her interactions would double, sometimes triple the interactions of my class in the groups or any other group activities. So I was secretly jealous and impressed all at the same time. I think that was Sierra's way of saying, Cindy, I think you're really cool. Number four, quiet people don't really stand out. Yes, they do, because like Sierra, they surprise you. Who doesn't like surprises? People remember surprises, they remember the people who surprise them. So Sierra, you have left an impression that will live on to today. So how's that for standing out from the crowd? Congratulations, Sierra. One more word I want to mention for both my graduates. I want to say to Shannon and Sierra, your role models. Sierra, I'll always be reminded of your progress and how patience is a crucial element in this achievement. Shannon, with your constant caring and concern for others, you'll always be the beating heart of others. Room 103. Between you both, you'll become to represent so much of what I have hoped this classroom could be. I thank you for that. Congratulations again.
Thank you to my classes. Thank you. Thank you to my family. Thank you to everyone.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Who knew all the planes we flew, the things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. Without you, friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Come on, when we began, so I'll tell you all when I see you again. When I see you again.
Really quickly, this is a different event than we normally have. This is usually when we offer the opportunity for anyone else who'd like to step forward and say a few words. I want to be mindful of time. I know we're outside, but if there's anybody who'd like to take a moment and say anything, this is an opportunity to do that. But if I can, let me just say a couple of words real quickly to sum things up for everybody. Like I said, this is my first experience seeing this, and I know that as I sat here and listened to really the beautiful words of the very, very nervous teachers who all did a wonderful job speaking about their students. I can't emphasize enough the respect and admiration I have for the students, but also for family members today, seeing you here today. I know the enormous amount of support that you provided your children, and they are a reflection of you, and we can't thank you enough for the beautiful job that you've done with your children. So please, thank you. Give them a round of applause, please. And watching today, I thought of something that I've always kind of admired. You know, a philosopher once said that really what life is about is seeking that which is true, that which is beautiful, and that which is good. And this has been a long time of some really challenging days. But today, can only speak for myself and tell you that this is a beautiful and a very, very good day. And when I think of all the work that's gone into this, and I look around this beautiful field, which I've never appreciated as much being out here, is it really just shows what our school has been about, made so, so much richer by your children, is the incredibly dedicated staff who's sitting over the lawn over here. The work that they've done, I can't thank you enough for what you do every single day and the dedication that you've demonstrated throughout the students' time, but in your remarkable reaction to the last 18 months. I can't personally thank you enough, and I'd like to give you a round of applause for that. And the only fitting way, I think, to round up things today is to really make sure that we celebrate who this is really all about. So one more time, I'd like you to join me in honoring the class of 2021, one at a time. Let's hear for Madison Boggs. Let's hear for Ashley Overton. Let's hear for Sierra Torres. Let's say Nikki Hirdal at home for the New Argus. Let's hear for Shannon Ward. And one more time for the class of 2021. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you so much.